Hi everyone, I'm Aiden, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing Metallicdpa's Reddit Push-Pull Legs program. Check out the link in the description to learn more about it. Push-Pull Legs is my favorite training split that I've run so far. I ran this exact variation for a few months, and then changed some of the exercises, sets, and reps, but I'm still running my own version now. I think this is a great program for focusing on hypertrophy. I personally saw great gains while running the program, and I want to talk about why I think this program is good for beginner and intermediate lifters. Let's start with an overview of the program. In this program, workouts are split into 3 categories: push, pull, and legs. You perform each of these workouts twice per week, typically as push-pull legs, with the rest day thrown in at either the middle or the end. Push workouts revolve around moving things away from your body and focusing on the muscles in your chest, shoulders, and triceps. Pull workouts revolve around moving things toward your body and focus on the muscles in your back and biceps. Leg workouts just focus on exercises that use your leg muscles, particularly the quads, hamstrings, and calves. This program also has an emphasis on hypertrophy. The main compound lifts are programmed for sets of 5 reps, which is enough to stimulate both strength and hypertrophy. Every other exercise is programmed for at least 8 reps, which is going to emphasize building muscle over strength. Now I'm going to dive into each workout. Workouts start with the main lifts so you can maximize the weight you can lift while you are fresh. For the first push workout of the week, you start with the bench press, and for the second push workout of the week, you start with the overhead press. All the sets are done for at least 5 reps, with the 5th set being done for as many reps as possible. The second exercise depends on the first exercise. If you bench pressed first, then overhead press second, and if you overhead pressed first, then do bench press second. This ensures that you get to focus on both strength and hypertrophy for both the bench press and the overhead press. This also ensures that your shoulders and chest get equal training volume and prevents muscular imbalances. After the first 2 exercises, the rest of the exercises are the same, whether it is the first or second push workout of the week. The next exercise is the incline dumbbell press. This exercise is like the middle ground between the overhead press and the flat bench press and emphasizes the upper chest. The dumbbells let you increase the range of motion compared to a barbell, and the increased range of motion lets you get a deep stretch in the upper pec. The next exercise is the tricep push-down superset with lateral raises. A superset means you perform the second exercise without rest after the first exercise. And finally, the last exercise is overhead triceps extensions superset with lateral raises. These 6 sets of movements focused on the triceps and shoulders ensures that the smaller muscle groups are getting enough direct volume. The 2 different tricep exercises allows full development of the muscle. The triceps push-down is good for overall development, and the overhead tricep extension emphasizes the long head of the triceps. Now I'm going to move on to the pull workouts. On the first pull workout of the week, you perform 1 set of at least 5 reps of deadlifts for as many reps as possible. I personally think that 1 set is not enough for intermediate lifters, so I would recommend doing 3 or 5 sets of deadlifts depending on your lifting experience. On the second pull workout of the week, you perform 5 sets of at least 5 reps for barbell rows. The 5th set is done for as many reps as possible. The next exercise is either the lat pull down, pull-ups, or chin-ups. Any of these vertical pulls will work the same muscles, so choose whichever one you prefer or even rotate through them. The next exercise is either seated cable rows or chest supported rows. Either of these horizontal pulls will work the same muscles while making sure that your lower back is not a limiting factor. The next exercise is face pulls. These are great for targeting the rear delts as well as strengthening the rotator cuff and preventing shoulder injuries. Just make sure to perform face pulls with external rotation at the shoulder. I recommend watching Jeff Cavalier to make sure that your technique is right. The next exercise is hammer curls. The neutral grip will emphasize the brachialis muscle in your arms. The last exercise is dumbbell bicep curls, and these will help with the overall development of your biceps. These last 3 exercises have more sets than the others to ensure that the rear delts and biceps are getting enough direct volume so you develop a well-rounded physique. Now I'm going to talk about the leg workouts. Your leg workouts start with 3 sets of at least 5 squats, the last set being done for as many reps as possible. Similarly to the 1 set of deadlifts that this program recommends, I think that 3 sets of squats is not enough volume for intermediate lifters. I recommend 5 sets if you are a more advanced lifter. The next exercise is the Romanian deadlift. This exercise is amazing because of how much weight you can use, as well as the great weighted stretch it places on the hamstrings. The next exercise is the leg press. The leg press lets you focus on your quads, while something like the squat could have a lot of limiting factors like your spinal erectors or even your cardio. The next exercise is leg curls. These are great for isolating the hamstrings. And finally, the last exercise is calf raises. This exercise ensures that your calves are getting enough direct volume. Now that we have the program out of the way, I want to talk about the exercise selection. The program contains a lot of compound movements for both main and accessory lifts. Compound movements are great because they recruit the most muscles and allow you to move the most amount of weight. The program also features horizontal and vertical pushing and pulling movements. The variation lets you shift the emphasis of exercises to different muscles. For example, a horizontal pushing movement will work the chest more, and a vertical pushing movement will work the shoulders more. The program also has a really good selection of accessory movements. The exercises cover most of the muscle groups and definitely more than the exercises in full or Frax GSLP. For example, movements like hammer curls and face pulls work overlooked muscles like the rear delts and brachialis. Additionally, all the exercises are flexible enough to change if necessary. I highly recommend trying out different exercises and seeing which feel the best for you. The link in the description has a lot of ideas for exercise substitutions. Another important part of the program that I want to talk about is the volume. The volume is great overall because there are at least 12 weekly sets per muscle group. Studies have shown that the ideal number of weekly sets for a muscle group is between 10 and 20. For complete beginners, this program's volume could be overwhelming. You do not need this much volume to make good progress, so I'd recommend starting with Frax GSLP or full, or even modifying this push-pull legs program to have fewer sets and slowly building up volume over time. This program also has an emphasis on hypertrophy. Other than the main lifts, all exercises are performed for sets of at least 8 reps. The main lifts are performed for sets of at least 5, which is a good balance between strength and hypertrophy. The main lifts also have an AMRAP set, which gives you an opportunity to fit in more volume if you are strong enough. The AMRAP set also lets you set rep PRs when you deload. Another advantage of the program is that its volume is flexible. If you want more volume, you can add sets of deadlifts and squats or isolation movements. If you want to focus more on strength, you can lower the reps for the main lifts and the other compound movements. Another feature of this program that I want to talk about is its frequency. The program's frequency is great because you're working each muscle group twice per week. You also have at least 2 days of rest between working the same muscles. Studies have shown muscle protein synthesis to be elevated for up to 48 hours after training, and this schedule allows you to maximize muscle protein synthesis while getting enough rest. Finally, I want to talk about progression. For the main lifts, the program recommends adding 5 pounds to the upper body lifts and squats, and 10 pounds to deadlifts every session. When you fail to complete the expected reps, you should deload and take 10% of the weight off the bar. Now you can take advantage of the AMRAP sets and push for more reps than the last time you were at this weight. For accessories, the program recommends increasing the weight when you can perform the exercise for the maximum number of sets and reps. If you can't perform the minimum number of recommended reps, lower the weight. Overall, this program is amazing for intermediate lifters. I think that this program can show great results for complete beginners, but it has way more volume than a beginner needs, and I think getting into the habit of consistently going to the gym and practicing technique on the main lifts is more important. However, this program is great to transition to from a program like Frax GSLP or Full, since you build on the compound lifts, get to spend more time in the gym, and directly work all of your muscles. This program's exercise selection also makes sure that you hit your muscles that are overlooked, and will help you build a well-rounded and aesthetic physique. This program also focuses on hypertrophy, but can easily be modified to focus on strength. In general, push-pull legs can serve as a great template for building your own program according to your goals and preferred exercises.